Bing, boing, bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip. Good morning, guys. Good afternoon, actually. This is Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip. And everybody has a story to tell. Very few people take the time to listen. And this channel was based on fairness and anti-bullying type behavior and telling stories and trying to keep the focus on the story. And hopefully having a platform for those people that maybe don't have a voice. So that's been the goal of this channel and for the legacy of people. Let me tell you, in my opinion, what somebody's character and reputation is. It's when they leave the room. It's after they've been in a room and left a room and what you think of them. And it's based on their actions, right? And it's based on things that they've said and what they've followed through with. And sometimes we get a feeling, oh, that's a good person. I could feel it, Sometimes that's right. Sometimes that's not right. I can't stand bullying. I don't think it's fair. There's things that don't have anything to do with things, and they're just brought in for distractions or just to be mean and unkind, and that's what happened here. So guys, let's just start this video and let me do my thing. I'm just going to keep stopping it and I'm going to start talking. So let's go.
E at first, and I thought P was a good guy, but then once I went and met P, and there were just too many signs, guys.
So why is this woman talking about P again? She went from wanting to help the Whittakers to what? Wanting to destroy all the peripherals around them. She got a vibe from P. And at first she didn't like E, but then she met P, who granted her access, as she said, gave her the in with the Whittakers. She went in there with the tape recording. She had an open recorder in her pocket. Before she met him, no reason to do that. There are reasons to do that for protection, to prove something. No, she went in there with the tape recorder and then took a fucking inventory of that man's house. And when I spoke to her about it, she said she was trying to paint a picture. And then she said, maybe I went a little bit too far. And I even mentioned that on my channel. But now, why bring it up now? The guy, why are you bringing this into things? Because you have no content? Because what? Brian Cody's over there. What did he do? The guy copyrighted everybody. I'll go over there and check that out in a minute. It's comical, in my opinion, as far as that shit goes. But here's a woman that, look, I watched Web of Lies. I spoke to her on the phone for 3 hours. I know her whole history back forward to this, that, and everything. What does she know about me in those 3 hours? See, you want to paint a picture? Sonny, do you want to paint a picture? We want to talk about self-entitled and stuff. I mean, if you want to paint a picture, I want to paint one too. Let's be fair. But let's hear what you have to say about Patrick. For whatever reason, he's not even involved with you and this new found what you're going to do.
Way too many signs. Yes, P gave me the introduction to the family.
Yeah, because I think why? Because he wanted what was best for the family, and you said things, right? That's why he did that. He didn't say, hey, I'll do this if you do this, did he? Because you drove all the way down there, right? Sonny, I don't want to go over our phone call because it was you that did all the talking, and I just listened for 3 hours. I think I was wrong about you. I think that you are self-serving. And I think that we could look at we could look at your past differently. And we could say, well, at 41 years old, shouldn't you have some brains in your head? I mean, you said it was real stupid, but you know, I didn't go any further because I said, oh, this woman, maybe she learned something. You learn jack shit because you're going to make fun of somebody the way that they live. And you, the worst part is you said, maybe I went too far, but then no, you just went and did it again. I just, is that okay? No, that's not okay. Everybody's got a picture. Do you want me to paint yours?
Family. I had already told him I wanted to help them. And when I got home from the lawyer with, or got to drop Betty and B and L off, I went to P's house. This is harder than it is, guys,
No, it's
talking
not.
about this.
No, then
When I went to their house.
But you've kind of already talked about this. This is why I don't understand. Why is it a new post from today on your Facebook? Maybe it's an old story, but you redid it. You put it back up there. And don't tell people it's hard to talk about when you keep talking about it, because that's just bullshit. That's an Eric move. That's a look over there because I'm going to do something over here. That's a shell game.
Dropped them off, went to P's house, and we had our final talk. And he was trying to convince me and you. And I was like,
me and you what? What's
no,
me and you?
First,
I want to know. Wait a minute. Like, I want to know what's me and you. Well, what's me and you? Because I want to know what that is. What's me and you? Me and you. Because he didn't need you. He could do things all on his own. You were going over there to help. He set up something. My thing now that I believe you, it's really important that you step on a bunch of people to stand up higher than everybody else, Sonny. And that's not a good look. There's nothing wrong where you can't stand up high on your own. You don't need it to be on the backs or paint a picture of other people to make you look good.
And there were just too many signs, guys.
What are they?
Way too many signs.
What are
yes, they? P gave me the introduction
Yep.
to the family.
You've been here.
I had already told him I wanted to help them. And when I got home from the lawyer with, or got to drop Betty and B and L off, I went to P's house. This is harder than it is, guys,
it's
talking about
harder
this.
Is that she's got to remember
when I went to their house, dropped them off, went to P's house.
Again, go ahead.
And we had our final talk. And he was trying to convince me and you. And I was like, no.
Did he want to sleep with
this
you?
Is about
what was me and you? What was that? I'm so, what's me and you? Tell me what's me and you?
Miss B. And
yeah, he knew it was about, who you were supposed to be there taking care of. That's why he set you up for the introduction. So what are you saying?
At the time, so I'm going to share something really hard, and this might be mad. You guys might be mad at me.
Really? Well, why would you do it then? What's the importance of this? This is what I want to know. What's the importance of this?
When I say this.
So you know better. You know better, Miss Entitled. You're entitled. Remember, 3 hours on the phone. I heard everything. Should I share that? How do you think that would look for you?
So when I first got wrapped up in this.
Okay, so you brought yourself in there into a family that supposedly you've been watching online since Mark Leda, so you knew what you were dealing with. We have another Eric here, basically. I saw the shit online. I just didn't think it would happen to me.
I thought that the trio should come home. That was
now you're going to make the decision that the trio shouldn't come home, and it's based on what? It's based on what? Your expertise? You have no fucking degree in anything. Based on what? Your own feeling? What?
Was Like, I just thought that would be the best thing. Get her a lawyer, send her, get them back home, and that will take care of things.
Mm-hmm.
Then, as I've seen all of the posts with them saying that BJ is going to stay right there, she's going to go into court, and
No. BJ's been there. BJ has been there. Go ahead. So if you weren't, what does this have to do with Patrick? If you can't convince Larry to turn on his daughter, and you are now heard from Betty that supposedly, according to Betty, Eric used coercive control to manipulate her, and you know that because she told you that, you shared that. Go ahead. I want to hear more.
going to say that they had a court date on October 6th. Those are all lies. They don't have a court date on October 6th. The person who released the information of where they were, well, I don't know if that person worked there, but I know that they're not there.
What does that have to do with anything?
That's just
you know what? I mean, like, I'm serious. Like, you're just going on. You're rambling on. What are you doing? Where are you? And what is your behavior right now? What are you doing?
And I called several facilities, and they're not there, guys. They're not there.
So let me ask you a question. Guys, let's call up a bunch of facilities and ask about patients that are there and see how much information we can get not being related to anybody.
It's just another lie. It's another lie.
Whose lie? Who is lying? What is going on in this conversation?
For people to manipulate and keep the Whittaker story open.
Oh, so everybody's lying for content. Okay. What are you doing? I'm just asking, like, what are you doing right now? Because this whole thing, started off on how bad Patrick was, and yet you have what? It never went on to Patrick.
Now, I'm more than willing to answer questions, and if you guys can figure out for me how we can do that, we'll do it.
So you guys do all the work, guys. You guys do all the work, and I'll just sit back and answer questions. Yeah, that sounds about right from what I know about you.
I've got lots more to say, but I think you're going to get tired of listening to all of this tonight.
But you're never sick of your own voice, that I know of. Yeah, so what is that? What's that about? What? You're ready to beat the guy up, but I mean, seriously, you're all over the place. And yeah, I know you have an organization. It makes me wonder. It really does. Really does. Mm-mm. Let's listen more. This is really upsetting to me, to be honest with you. I hate vouching for somebody and then they show you a character or a side to their character that explains everything.
Leota.
His name was Mark Leda. If you do any kind of research or have your minions do their research, you know what I'm talking about. Misentitled who doesn't want to do anything. Should I paint that picture? Do you want me to paint that picture? It would make people wonder about, I don't know. I mean, think about what it would make people wonder. Imagine that can of worms. If I were to just paint a picture, should I? Should I just paint that picture? I'm so pissed.
I believe Mark tried his best to help them.
You have no business speaking here. You have absolutely no business speaking here. You know what happened to you, lady? Is that you wanted to come to the rescue here, but you got bullied out by Brian Cody, and you decided to put all of your fucking anger on Patrick, the guy that got you through to the Whittakers.
For many years. Did he make money? Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. Well, Miss Know-It-All. Did he? Yeah, and he what did he do for the house? You mentioned only some of the stuff that he did for the house. You've mentioned absolutely nothing that Patrick has done. You just beat the hell out of this guy. You made fun of his home. It gets worse. Wait, guys, here's somebody that's supposed to represent people. I just want you to listen. Listen, wait. Somebody that's supposed to represent somebody. Wait, it gets
Think,
good.
or
It gets good. She's supposed to represent somebody.
again, my opinion, that he ended up going to the state police,
She's talking
and
about
that
Eric going to the state police before he left town with the Whittakers' money without giving the Whittakers anything.
is the bigger portion of why he disappeared.
Okay, so this is all allegation, and she's trying to create something here. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Sonny. You're not going to do that because I've already heard the video where you threaten Patrick, and we're going to all hear it loud and clear. You think it's going to make Patrick look bad? No. You're somebody that's supposed to represent people with your non-degree and your self-entitlement. Man, I wish that I had it in me to go over that 3-hour conversation in the peripherals in the room you were in and all of that entitled behavior. People would wonder, you know what they would wonder? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many people do I need to do more?
Because remember something.
No, first of all, it sounds like you're sleeping, lady, but here's my problem. Here's my problem. You ready? Ready for a problem? This is my problem. Here we go.
Grubby little,
Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is a lady of class right
you were
here.
going to get your grubby little, uh, uh, tobacco stained fingers into a pot to get money from.
Um, why? Why was he going to do that? Because he wanted to what? Help the Whittakers? He's been helping the Whittakers. He's been helping the Whittakers. He even has something on their property that he's paying for. Now, it could be argued that he has the Whittakers' money and he's holding on to it. That's fair. That's fine. What have you brought to the table? You haven't even brought yourself there twice and got ran off by somebody. She went there with the intention of bringing the trio back home and then said, well, what am I going to do that for? I mean, like, why would I do that? I've been there 15 minutes. Why would I do that? I see that BJ's here, but that's okay. Let me tell Larry that, I could work with that, which is something that I really respected. I don't know how true it is anymore because I see character now. You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth and not have it show up. And this is really in bad taste what you're doing to this man here because I don't see where he threatened anybody. But let's go on. Let's show Sonny's Sonny behavior.
Isn't it odd? We're not collecting any money. So
No, you were going there to collect money, though. You were. You had asked people for money even before you knew that you had a lawyer that was going to help them. And then, even with the lawyer that was going to help them, willing to help them. So you said you still aren't willing to bring them home because it's in your humble opinion that it's not going to work for them. It's been working for them for 70 years. One bad apple spoiled the whole bunch here. Okay. And he's bad apple that's causing the shit and all that bullshit, took the money and ran. Yeah, he's in Georgia. And it just makes me wonder. Here's what I think. I think you need to think you're a bully. And I think you could bully Patrick. And I think you can't bully Brian because you're afraid of him. And I think you can't bully Eric because you're afraid of maybe a little bit of money that he has. I got news for you. Patrick probably has more money than Eric, to be honest with you, because people like Eric don't have money that they can have access to. Trust me, they don't. They keep taking it from other people. Or haven't you seen that? I haven't seen him ask for any donations. I've seen Eric Carroll ask for a shitload of donations. but I haven't seen Patrick ask for any donations. Has anybody seen him ask for any donations?
Even I don't even want to go there. You're
There you go.
gross, Patrick.
He's gross. Why would you say that? Why? Why are you saying that?
You're a fraud.
You're a fraud. I know she doesn't think that you can afford a lawyer, but I think you can. I think you can I think you could do this. Yeah, you're a fraud. Where is he a fraud? Can you show me where he's a fraud? I'd like to see where he's a fraud. I'm interested. Prove me wrong. Show me. Show me where he's a fraud. Because see, that's slander. And wait, it gets better.
You're a liar. You're a user. You're a...
Listen to the things that this woman who is supposed to help people. And why? Why are you saying these things about this man? Where is your proof of anything?
a disgusting little nothing man come after me. Watch what happens. You don't have money for a lawyer, and that I know. But guess what? I do.
So, in other words, here is somebody that says, I could say whatever I want about you, and you can't even come after me because you don't have a lawyer. Yeah, well, anybody that thinks that that's the case, and anybody that thinks that this is bully behavior, report this page. Because what I'm hearing is somebody of very bad taste saying, you're this, and I dare you to come after me because you can't afford it. Because that's what I heard. So, guys, that's Sunny. Yesterday, you looked a lot better in my eyes. Now you open up your mouth, you look like pure rain. You look like thunder clouds. That's what you look like, Sonny. And push my buttons, and I will make sure to tell everybody about our 3-hour conversation and paint the picture. You owed this man an apology when you went in and told everybody about the inside of his home. And you even said to me, maybe I was out of line. I probably shouldn't have done that. But then you doubled down. You know what? I would bet $1 million that you're not sleepy. There's something else going on there. That's what I would bet. Guys, this is Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip. Stop bullying people. We can't bully people. I think Eric is guilty as shit. I really do. But I haven't bullied him. I've accused him of what his behavior has shown me. I've given everybody the benefit of the doubt. Eric hasn't spoken, and when he's spoken, he's blamed everybody but himself. Everybody but himself. He says he has receipts. He hasn't shown any. He's written things up. And then you have people coming in and behaving like this because I think they think it's Lincoln, let's pick on him. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. That's bully behavior, and I'm going to report it because that's what it is. And let me guess. You're going to delete it again. All of the shit you delete, all of it you delete. Shame on you, Sonny. Shame on you. And guys, I want to bring something to your attention right away. She said she spoke to a lawyer that said that there was a conflict of interest. And she said that this lawyer, like, what lawyer gives anybody anybody's business? That Eric Carroll called me up to use me as somebody for a trust. Do you think any lawyer is going to give anybody anybody's personal information? How long you think they're going to be a lawyer for? Bing, boing, bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip.